welcome everyone in this live development video about building an auto battle game. In this video we're going to clean up our in-game states, which has many errors. Actually it doesn't have real errors, it's just a complete mess right now. From naming conventions to folders, everything is messed up. But fortunately for us, I've already done the heavy lifting, and I went over every functions, and I noted everything we have to clean up and how it's supposed to be organized as of now. So we're just gonna follow that document I created. So to start up, we're just gonna rename the functions we need to rename, and then we are going to instantly reorder them as they should. So I think I'm going to put that on my right screen, and you're just going to have to follow along me on that screen. So how are we gonna do that? We want something called onPlayerJoined first, and I think that's just something which is called record player state for now, and that does only that. And we actually want to get rid of that function, and we want to be calling this in here when we record. We were previously recording the player state in the event graph when a player was joining. So in here we don't want to do that anymore. We want to do this like this, I think. Yep. And we also want to, so we're binding ourselves to the else update of the player, and I think we might want to get rid of that logic, but for now we're just going to keep it that way because we're going to follow the order of our documents. So onPlayerJoined, this is it, and record player state, we got rid of that. So we got a function called find battlefield. So we want something called initialization, and one of the perks of being in 4.25 is that we can reorder functions. Maybe we could in 4.22 and I didn't know, but now I know, and we're going to put initialization in first, and we want to call that find battlefields like this. And then we want to have the phase management folder in here. We're gonna call that phase management. And in the phase management folder, we want to have our matchmaking. Oh, we can put that in here by doing this. That's kind of sad. Can't we move category before? We can't do that, so I guess we'll have to do it in another way. We will have the match player function, which is going to be in phase management. So we're just going to copy matchmaking, put our function in the phase management folder, add I don't know how this is called. That's the bar. I don't know how this is called. So we want to have the matchmaking here. And we will also have the recruitment here, a folder called recruitment. And I think we already have something like generate income, and we want that to be in the recruitment phase. So where is that? So that's why we're cleaning up. So it was indeed in phase management, but we want that to be in the recruitment phase. I think there is no E in there like that. So if we get rid of this phase management, can we put recruitment above matchmaking? Oh no, we can't. Oh, we can't. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. We don't really care. It's going to be pretty well ordered anyway. And we're going to have combat, which is gonna have several subfolder, combat start, and an AI. And we're gonna have receive combat data in the phase management, combat start like this, and we're gonna have on player units dead. In phase management, combat end, and we're gonna I'm just putting these here so we can have the proper folder to drag and drop the rest of the functions. And we're gonna have calculate AI targets in the AI folder. So I guess that's in AI now. Where is it? Calculate AI target. Oh, that doesn't exist yet. That's it. Yeah, get highest priority target, my bad. Get highest priority target. This is gonna be in the phase management, in the combat, and it's gonna be in AI folder. Oh, I'm getting block. I want to block everything from that. I don't know what updated down, but it got rid of my preferences, and now I have updates, and I hate that. But it doesn't matter for our video. So we're gonna be quite happy about that because we have our folders, and we're gonna have a utility folder. So we're gonna have initialization, phase management, utility. So this is gonna be called utility, not utilities. Like this. We want to put that here. And then what do we want to do? We want to put everything where it belongs. So in the matchmaking, we want basically everything we had previously in matchmaking, I think. Match players. So that's not even in matchmaking because I already moved that. Okay, so find handle game, match battlefield, blah blah blah. So you can guess this is going to be renamed. Get empty battlefield. I mean, find empty battlefield. Oh, get player battlefield. This is gonna be in utility actually. Clear fight zone hosted player. I think we are calling this before matching everyone. Update battlefield hosted player. Get opponent player is gonna be in utility. I think we want to rename this. So find empty battlefield is going to be get empty battlefield. Update battlefield hosted player is going to be called star fight zone host. This is going to be called clear fight zone hosts. This is going to be called find battlefield. Way better. Generate income is fine. That's one of the few which is pretty fine. Can we put that above that? No, we can't. No, we can. I mean, yes, we can't not do that, and it's pretty unfortunate. So this is gonna be called start recruit phase, start combat phase, and we have quite a few others after that, but this one is gonna be called start phase timer, server start next phase. We're gonna have a new unwrap current phase. We're gonna grab everything here, collapse that to a function, and call that start next phase. And this is going to be located right after server, right above, I'd say even. Decrease phase timer is gonna be there, and it's gonna be called decrement phase timer. Cancel phase timer is gonna be there, and it's gonna be called force start next phase. Above that, like this. Matchmaking, we've already went over that. Recruitment, we were good. Combat, so combat is gonna be quite, so we have quite a few things to clear up here. So I guess clear combat phase, I guess this is in end. On combat data received, I guess this is start. Start win timer for player, this is end. End. Start new turn. I think we're gonna get rid of this. It's gonna be conglomerate. I think we can do that right now. Well, we won't. So how is this gonna be called? Receive combat data. This is store combat data. And combat data received is gonna be called spawn units, because we want this. We want to know what this does. Did receive combat data is gonna be called check for combat data. I think we have quite a few other stuff in here. I think we have something called, okay, this was in units. So we're just gonna grab this right now. We're just gonna grab this and put it here, just for the sake of renaming. So await unit ready is now called wait for spawned units, and this is gonna be in the combat, in the start of the combat phase. Store spawned units, this is gonna be here. Launch unit AI is gonna be called start battles. So a battle is going to be a fight between two players. On combat phase ended. End combat phase. And this is gonna be in the end. Start new turn, we don't care, we said that. This is gonna be called calculate AI targets. And check for no units. I think I might have forgot that one. Oh no. Check empty fight zones. And I think that's at the beginning of the combat phase. We check if there are empty battlefields, so we can automatically make the other player win. So we cleaned up this. We still have other things to do there, but we'll see that afterwards. Then in the utility, get alive. This is going to be called get alive players. Get remaining, get player alive units. Get damage amounts, like this. And end game, this is gonna be start and game phase, and this is gonna be located in the phase management. I think we can reorder that. Start recruit, combat end game, start phase timer, decrement phase timer, start next phase, server, we're gonna put that above because this triggers before that. Force start next phase, this is gonna be above. Start new turn, we want to go there, remove that, delete this, and in the recruit phase, we want to get rid of that and call this here. Yep. This is basically this is start new turn. This is the same thing. This should be the one and only start new turn function we have, and it's called start recruit phase. What else should we be doing? On player died, on player death, and I think we want to put this in the combat, in the end of the combat. And we're going to reorder these real quick. So matchmaking, we want match player, then we want to find battlefield, we want get empty battlefield, we want to store the fight zone, and we want to clear. Do we want? I think we want to do that first. And then we generate, I mean, in the recruitment phase, we generate the income, that's right. We want to store the combat data, then we want to check if we receive them. When we receive them, we want to spawn the units. Then we want to wait to store the spawned units and wait for all of these spawned units. This could be called check for spawned units. But anyway, wait for spawn units, and when they are all spawned, we check if they are empty fight zone. We start the battles. Then when a player units die, oh yeah, there are other things we want to do here. Start win timer for player. Win timer is going to be called draw timer because it's actually used to calculate draw, so when two players are equal. So start draw timer. So when all player units die, we want to start the draw timer, and we want to decrement draw timers with an S because they can be there can be several, and in here we only launch one at once. And on match ended, we want to call that on battle ended because a battle is a meeting between two players. So draw timer is ended, so this means the battle has ended, which means we can end the combat phase, and we can pull all spawned units. I wanted to make sure that we're only doing that in here. So we're pulling all units and we're clearing that. So I haven't checked inside this function. Everything is logical, but some things could be switched around. And we might be doing this if we find out some bugs, but for now it's okay, I think. So we're ending the combat phase, and combat phase we're pulling the spawned units, and then if a player is dead, we do something. And in here, I think I noted that I wanted to add to that logic the fact that the player has on player else updates should be so that's actually that one. Yeah. So I cut that. Whoops, I cut that, and we want to paste this in here. That player died. So we want to copy on player this. We want to paste that here. We want to put that in the end. Or maybe some stuff were tied to that, I'm not sure. Yeah. No, this doesn't care about this. Oh yeah, I just forgot to put that in here. Like this. And now now we're pretty happy with our current setup, where it's way better organized. We can quickly jump from one place to another and follow everything that's going on. And I feel a lot less stressed to add code to that or modify code into this, because it just sounds and look like it should. Things Functions are appear to be doing one thing, not a lot, and they are piled up exactly how they are supposed to unfold. So we're fine. We need to rename some of the lots of variables because naming convention have been forgotten along the road, and that's my bad. And so yeah, we're also gonna have another arrangement here. So metrics is gonna remain metrics, but we're gonna have here, we're gonna have system. In system, we're gonna have current combat. What are we going to put in current combat? Current match. System current combat. Yep, references is going to be deleted, and game as well. So turn count is going to be in system, that as well, that as well, that as well. Latest dead, latest died player, latest dead player. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Latest player, latest dead player units list, and obviously latest the player is going to be above that. Sorry. So on top of that, we're gonna have player states, then current phase, then phase timer, then turn count, oh yeah, I wanted to, yeah, current phase counter and server phase counter. We want to put that here, but we want to get rid of them after. Current phase timer timer count, we're gonna call them, and save phase timer count, server phase timer count. Yeah, that's fine. We want to get rid of that afterwards. I mean, not now, later. Battlefields, fight zones, and then we want the latest dead player and the latest dead player unit list. Then server current match is going to be called current matchmaking, and as you could guess, this is gonna be there. This is gonna be called player fight zones, because that's exactly what that is. Server player unit list is going to be called spawned unit lists, because that's a list that everyone has access to, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. When a unit is spawned, am I correct there? Oh no, it's indeed the list of units which the server uses, but we're also gonna store we're gonna duplicate player alive units in spawn unit lists at the beginning of the fight, so that everyone can have the information about all units that have been spawned. It's just we haven't done it yet, so it's gonna be that in the end. So then we have launch AI timer, which is actually gonna be combat start timer, like this. Then we have fighting players, which are going to be battling players, so like previously, players which are currently engaged in a battle. Alive player units, then player draw timers, and decrement draw timers. And we want to put the spawn unit list above combat start timer. Control S, because we don't want to lose anything. So the system is going to be using this. That's fine, I guess. And we want to rename some of these metrics as well. Recruit phase duration, combat phase duration, endgame phase duration, combat start delay, combat end delay, game start delay, draw timer duration. And there's something I forgot to check. So this is used at only one place here. And I forgot to check if we could just replace that with the end of the combat duration. How did we just call that? Lol, what? And delay, okay. Get combat and delay. I think we can just do this, but I'm not sure. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, we haven't compiled here, so that guy is not happy. Now is it? Now he is. So if we hit play, so I have that guy, and let's get in for a wide ride. Oh yeah, but we're gonna end the game because player have. Oh, we crashed. So there is definitely something we broke while renaming. Is there? Oh yeah, there were things that was modified, but what we were modifying. We might have some leads in here. So this kind of stuff is pretty. I should have known, and I shouldn't have hit play like this. We might have some leads on what's work now. So if we hit play once more, I think it's gonna work fine. It just needed to compile, and it might have just exploded while compiling. Yeah. So they're gonna hit each other. So it's the end of the combat phase. And we went back to the recruitment phase. So apparently we have no issues with what we just modified in the in-game state, which was getting rid of camera match and delay. So we're just gonna remove this, hit compile, hit save. And we're quite happy with the cleanup we did. Oh, I forgot to rename that. So we're gonna rename a new phase started. It can just be named on phase started, I think. Is this even called somewhere? Sometimes it bugs. I'm sure it's called like in the in-game HUD. Call phase started. Yeah, not sure why it doesn't. What if we just do this on phase started? We're gonna refresh everything, hit play. Yeah, now. Yeah, we broke something. So we need to refresh that on enter new phase. On phase started, on match ended. Does it work if we hit play now? Yep, it does work again. Recruitment phase. Okay, so oh, we still have errors. Oh yeah, okay. So this is if we exit and we launch, I think we won't gonna have the error anymore. I really doesn't like renaming binding delegates, so I'm really considering not renaming the other, but it would be it's like the last thing we haven't. So on player match ended, it's gonna be called on battle end. We want to check where that is, where this is called first. So each of these places is calling that. So on battle end, we're gonna compile, go check here. On battle end is happy about this, and if we go to the other place which are using this, we're gonna hit refresh all nodes, and then in here on player match ended, oh, we're gonna rename that one as well while we are at it. On battle ends like this, and if we hit play, we have no errors. Well, at least nothing tells us there are errors. So we just want to see the end of the combat to see if it works fine. Seems legit. Victory, defeat, I took damage, I'm dead. It's the end of the game and I'm the winner in here. Nothing's gonna happen now. So we're just gonna fix this real quick before we dive into the rest of the videos. So the else, so in the in-game player state, base else, it's not 2, we're gonna put like 50, we don't care for now. Hit compile, save, and we're gonna be fine with that video. So we've just cleaned up, and that was necessary. I hope that wasn't too long. We're gonna quickly add econ for phases just because it will help us understand in what phase we are really quicker than now. Then we're not gonna bug test everything. We're just gonna jump into the next feature. We're just gonna keep track of the bugs we encounter in that document. I'm gonna keep track of them, and I've also noticed other things I'd like to change. Noticeably not something I'd like to change. So we'll keep track of these bugs here and we'll move forward. So hope you guys enjoyed that video and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.